Bourbon creams all day long. Wow. You guys seem to be into the bourbon. They aren't real bourbons of the wrong shape. I'll let you tell that to Mrs. Squirrel. Zodiac, welcome. Thank you, Monk, for gifting a sub to Cotton Cuddle, and thank you for subbing, Zodiac. MacArthur Cramp, thanks for. Dave, I've got that bourbon beard on. I think I'm a custard cream kind of guy. We got to clear these big hills, look. Some nasties here. En route. Some pretty big hills. Oh man. When it crashes during an FSE flight, that's the worst. I'm trying to work out whether the airfield is over this ridge or this ridge. We're 30 nautical away. Need to descend at about 10. I tell you what, the scenery out here is fantastic. They've done a good job round here. Look at this. It's incredible. You had FSE crash during a go around on X-Plane. Oh wow. I've not known FSE crash that often. Airport's elevation 1,500. 23 nautical away. Cotton Cuddle, welcome back. It's lovely around here. Should have done a VFR flight round here. Hey, listen, Beton. Nobody's making those guys do the Tour de France. Nobody's making them do that. It's completely voluntary. Would you welcome a career mode, like an ETS in the game? Nope. Which may sound a bit ridiculous. But the career mode in ETS is flawed. The mid to late game is non-existent, so I wouldn't want that. And I'd rather Microsoft and Asobo focus on building a fantastic platform with gliders and helicopters and multiplayer and, you know, amazing frame rates and whatever. Just focus on making this platform as best as it can be. And let somebody else take care of career mode. If they spend a load of time building a career mode, that's a load of time they're not building something else. I see the airfield right there. Different teams can work on different features. So what you're saying, you just hire another team? Or do you divert a current team? Hey, it's so nice around here. Yeah, I would rather them, you know, take advantage, like, get us onto DX12, get us onto proper multi-core CPU, so we can get stonking frame rates. Max detail. Like, give us all that. Give us the best clouds you've ever seen. That's what I want. What would you say is the minimum amount in the bank to buy a plane? I think you can get a 172 for about 100 grand. I mean, like, you literally, a couple of days of flying, you can buy your own plane. Honestly. Neo, I think with X-Plane, they feel more like X-Plane than P3D.
Control airspace 2,400 feet below.
To get rid of some speed. They get more down to the model of how it's programmed rather than himself. Well, they both kind of work in a similar way. They have various points around the wing surface and stuff, and then they throw mathematics at it and say, well, how much lift and drag are you generating? And they add it all together, and that's what makes the plane move. But the real difference between X-Plane and P3D, X-Plane and this is the way the weather's handled, which of course has a direct effect on the whole thing. Weather in this is much more dynamic. This is a lovely, lovely place to land. Cracking scenery. Do you live in Annecy? I would not be unhappy to fly here, IRL. Theo, thank you for 11 months. Thank you for the host, whoever that was.
500.
I'll look in a second. Thank you. GA barking on the right. Too busy looking at lights. Crazy forklift driver. Who's that from? Oh, it's Bigsy. Thank you for the raid, Bigsy.
Runway 22 left.
I hope they sort out the crazy ground crew in the next patch. That'll do there. Oh, the shadows are getting long. Drejon, thank you for 8 months. Baba Peter's Dre is gone. The new name is here also. Near a Twitch baby. Welcome back to your name, Drejon. I don't ever run a bet like that ever again. How long was it? 60 days you had to run for that name, yeah? It's 60 days. It's crazy. Who else is flying? It's me. It's me. JF's flying quite a bit. Maverick. Flown 3 times? Blimey. What's this, Maverick? Cost us $13? For 2 seconds of hire? What's going on? Oh, Drew. Better start bringing in some bucks soon, eh? What's this? Costing us $169. We don't like the brackets. We don't want brackets on our balance sheet. Look at this guy's name, TCAS. Right, this lot's going to Lille, which is further east. After that, I might try and find some TBM stuff. I reckon soon, Rizzy. Soon. They've nearly got through all the backlog. But nobody knows for certain. L flip to L fly. That was the worst bet you've ever lost, Rajon. So it wants us to fly eastbound. Wait a minute. Put this in wrong, haven't I? $390, that's not bad.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Valio, thank you for 10 months. So we're in L flip, And we want to go to Lille. That's what I should have been putting in. Sunset time for Lille is 20:08. Not much daylight left. Yep, we need to get a wiggle on here. Zero approaches and zero arrivals. That's interesting. Well, they do have a DME, I think. Is that a VOR? Blah. I love that, blah. We'll punch that in as well then. Alright. Let's not restart. Let's just get in there. Let's get the fuel on. We'll get a virtual pushback. See you, bro. Don't need you. Fly over Mont Blanc, I hope not. Mont Blanc's pretty high. No, don't. What you start? Okay. Because I had the yoke in the start thing, it started the engine even though it shouldn't do that. At all. Because, like, even the ignition's not even turned on. So that makes no sense. And the mixture was in cut off and it still started. Study level.
TOS system test. Okay.
Nice one, Rizzy. Yeah, they should carry over from plane to plane, really. Right, let's go L flip. We go to Lille. We're going to go via Udoki. Hopefully it's got all this in there. God, I really wish I had the actual dials. This would be so... Oh, it doesn't have a docky. Nice. That's because it's spelt wrong. Uh, 10 nautical miles, that sounds good. It's a rocker. You can use the Stream Deck buttons to map through to, like, do heading bug and stuff. And it does work, but then sometimes the sim just goes crazy, like, and you get that spinning heading bug. I don't know what's going on, so I tend not to use it for now until they fix it. Duplicates found. Let's see. 25 nautical away on a bearing of 115 LF. That sounds good. Diki, then Rocker, then Abulo. Right. Vertical profile's the other problem. I also want to punch that in 116.1. SUL. 16.1. It's a different one at the moment. Should pick up the right one later. L flip to Leo. That was a wrong lil, yeah. It's definitely the wrong. I was looking at that going, that ain't right. Right route. L flip. Why doesn't it know about... That's interesting. Oh, is it because I don't have... It might be because I don't have Italy. Oh, I do get the Italy data set. One sec. Routes. Add remove charts. Italy. Continue. That's probably what it is. That's better. I don't have it Italy loaded normally because I don't fly down there in this thing. Yeah, that's some pretty high routing right there. Holy smokes! I don't think the caravan's going to even get over this hill. 16,000. You what, mate? We can try. It's going to be a very interesting descent. I mean, even... Oh, hang on. Undo. Even were Oh, for God's sake. Will you stop doing that? There we go. Even where the target is 15,600. Look at that. This is definitely going to be interesting. How much fuel did I put in the plane? 120 gallons. It's only an 88 nautical flight. Okay. Best go climbing. Turn that off for now. Let's get the pressure. Gonna need some lighting here. It's probably gonna get a little bit dark when we get up there. What's the app on the iPad? Sky Demon. Alright, let's get over to the runway and get out of here. Which iPad? I don't know. It's not the mini. iPad 1. I can't remember what the model's called actually. It's not the Pro, it's not the mini. It's like, I don't know, is it a 10-inch one? 11-inch one? Something like that. But it has a SIM card in it. Yeah, Apple makes it. That's true. Oh, that sun is going down. Right then, let's see how this works out. Start flight, passengers loaded, go into Lille, all of them. Fuel's loaded. Landing lights, navs and strobes coming on. This is going to have to be a climbing left turn.
Runway 22.
Flaps are set. Trim set for takeoff. Propeller in max. Heading plug aligned. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. You think I'll make it there in 30 minutes? It depends, because we've got to climb 16,000 feet. Yeah, that's a pretty big hill over there. Flaps up. Try and get some climb performance out of this thing.
Control airspace 1,500 feet above.
You wanted hills? Yeah, let's be. I didn't want hills. I just didn't want it to be like a billiard table for 100 miles in every direction. I didn't ask for this. I love the way France just goes from being a billiard table to just being Mont Blanc. That's a nice old view though. With the sun as it is right now. Just gonna put it on heading bug for now. I want to control where it goes. Right. Flaps are definitely up. Maximum power. VY is 95 knots. See if we can get 1400 feet per minute out of this thing. Half bank nav mode. Oh boy. Turning straight for the mountains. Look at this though. That looks pretty special. Need to grab that. Okay, we're almost at VY there, look at that. Climbing as quickly as this plane can do. Mr. Valio, thank you for 10 months, welcome back. And we're over talking the engine. Reduce the climb right, and it's getting a bit bumpy. Say what we do need. Some heating. I think we're going to be okay. Famous last words. Yeah, in places the textures do look a bit stretched. I mean, it does depend on the satellite imagery they have. You know, I can only imagine it's very expensive to buy satellite imagery. I'm shipping your package. What I'm doing is I've got your package plus a load of others, And I'm flying over Mont Blanc, and when we just get right near the peak, I'm going to open the door, I'm going to kick all the boxes out. No. Yeah, exactly, that's where they end up, you see. That's where they always end up. Let's have a look at the destination. God, there's literally no approach plates for this. Italians are like, yeah, just wing it, man. You'll be fine. 920 feet elevation on the airfield, so let's call it 1,000. And we've got to figure our own way in though, that's going to be fun. That's Hermes, not DLL. No. No. Hermes don't do that to your parcels, man. Good grief. They don't even deliver them anywhere, yet alone Mont Blanc. Hermes pick your parcels up, they drive around the corner, open the door and throw them wherever. There you go. Do you have another one? We're in the golden hour. Oh yeah. Flying between France and Italy. Show where we are on the map. There you go. France on the left, Swiss Alps. We're going into Milan, or IFR. FIR, I should say. It's here. Crossing over the big hilly stuff. And then trying to figure out how to descend down into Belle Simon. Despite the fact there's been like ridiculous hills nearby. I have no idea how we're going to do that bit yet. Yeah, 11,000, 12,000, blimey. Still got more climbing to do. Wait, is that like really weird clouds in the distance? Of course, what I need now is to descend on the other side into Italy, and it's like IMC conditions, and it's going dark. And I've got no approach plates. Like, woohoo! I'm kind of thinking it's going to fly us right over the top of that peak. Just looking at the routing here. Kind of left turn it wants to do. Oh, we already put the frequency in, didn't we? I don't know, Battle Cattle. Given that it doesn't have any approach plates, I'm thinking it probably doesn't have lights. It literally doesn't say anything about lights. It talks about fixed wind circuits. It's 1,300 meters long, so that's okay. We could go in on 3-4 maybe, or 1-6, depending. It's a fairly simple airfield, I think. I mean, it has the advantage that there's a VOR station at the airfield on 116.1, which I think is what we set into here. The nav page, 116.1, which should say BLA, not SUL. So if that comes alive, let's give it a that. If that comes alive, we can just fly straight towards the VOR effectively. Mr. D-Storm? How many subs? 10 subs, Mr. D-Storm. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the sub bomb, sir. If you just got a sub from D-Storm, give him a thank you. Very generous. Although I think the sub notification might be broken because I didn't hear anything come through. There you go, it's finally coming through. Yeah, see, this is what you don't get on other flight sim platforms, where you basically get, like, moisture and precipitation at different areas in the map, like that. Like, they naturally form in these cooler valleys. Yeah, because the temperature's lower down here now. So they reach the dew point and then the moisture forms. That's what makes this sim a bit different. It's pretty cool. I like the cloud we're going towards though. Okay, we're almost at 17,000. It's going to take a while to shed all that altitude, blimey. Yeah, the scenery here is amazing. Do you know, that actually looks like a Bob Ross painting? It really does. Like, if you look at any Bob Ross painting, he does mountains like that. He does the snow with his little palette knife just like that. He does these fluffy kind of pink-red clouds. It's quite staggering. The only difference is Bob Ross couldn't do that 60 times a second. It's amazing. Arabica. Good coffee, that. Thank you for subbing. Mr. Durda came up. Thank you for subbing. Sedge, welcome back. I was reading a write-up by Meteor Blue, the weather partner, and they calculate weather data for every 2x2 square kilometers all around the world from what I gathered, and then smooth in between. It's pretty clever stuff. That's what they've kind of done with this sim. They kind of pulled technology together and made it into one product. And there's 17,000. Our airspeed is 143 indicated, but our true airspeed is 190 knots. And according to Skydemon, our ground speed is 192. So we're moving. The only thing that's bugging me though is the fact that this hasn't... Oh, and now it's on BLA, it's re-identified. That's an interesting bug. That was a bug from Microsoft Flight Sim. If you leave the frequency in from a previous VOR, it leaves the letters there and doesn't reactivate the new ones. But yeah, that is exactly where the airfield is. And bear in mind, we've got to somehow shave 16,000 feet, which is going to take the best part of 60 miles to get rid of. And we're 53 away. And we can't descend. This is a bit... We're going to have to get over the mountains and then basically descend and come back, I think. Yeah, just point the nose down and like 4,000 foot descent rate. I mean, looking at this chart here, it may be wise to just go straight on and then start coming down over to Reno. But even that has a 12,000 foot. This is crazy. I think we'll aim for... What's that CSL? CSL is 116.75. There's CSL. We'll put that onto heading mode a second. And go to VOR 2. Oh, you can't change the course on VOR 2. This is so dumb. For some reason you can't change the course on VOR 2. I don't know why. You can only do it on Nav 1. Okay, let's put it in this one instead. So we'll flick in that one, put it to Nav 1. Put that in there. So look, Nav 2. Right, so Nav 1, if we go back to that, basically aim straight at it like that, and then go Nav. It should aim straight for... It should aim straight for that VOR CSL, is what it should do. Because I figure from CSL we can head east. If you look, it's quite flat around there. There's no hills. So we can basically descend that way. Rather than having, like, no way of descending. Of course, we do face this other problem of lighting. if there's no runway lights, it's going to be very interesting indeed. Icing on small aircraft like a Cessna 172 might be a theme for you to talk about, IRL versus simulation. Well, the thing is, Bomo, is a 172 is not equipped for icing. If you get icing, then basically you've messed up. You shouldn't have flown. But you need to get out of the icing ASAP and land ASAP. That's literally what you need to do. Speaking of icing, we're about to fly through this cloud. So yeah, when we reach CSL, we're going to head on like a 060 and just lose all this altitude. Actually, Neo, I've not tried the course 2. 1 second. Try that. If I put it back on heading mode a second. Put that on. Oh, you're right, dude. You are right. Course 2 does in fact work. Good call. Let's put it back on nav mode. Nice. Okay, that's useful. Because that means I can easily vector us there later. Sweet. I thought it was bugged because the course knob wasn't working. The simulator doesn't care what you squawk. It does Biggie Footy, but I haven't played with it. They do Blatan, but I don't know if they do this in the sim. You want to look at that? Let me make it easy for you, I'll just give you a screenshot. Gotta watch the speed now. What do you mean heaps to what's happened to it? Been making videos and IRL flying. I've done it so many hours in the week, man. I spent like almost all of August just making flight sim videos and streams. I backlogged so many things IRL, and one of those things is my IRL flying, which I now need to sort out because my SCP rating's expiring. So I have to spend my time where I have to spend it. I do what I can. But sometimes you get these crunch things, like it's not often that Microsoft releases a brand new flight sim. I think what we'll do with CSLs, we'll fly 060 outbound maybe. Which doesn't really matter, does it? I will be doing RL flying videos, yeah. Absolutely. Because one of the things I wanted to do was... Because obviously, like, ATC is like a big thing that people... most people who play the sim don't really try ATC. A lot of people do. They go online on VATSIM and stuff. But I wanted to show people like a flight in the sim and what it was like, and then the same flight in real life with ATC, so that you can compare two things. You can basically see like what it's like outside compared to real life, and also what it's like when you have to add on the complexities of talking to air traffic control. I need to dim the brightness down on that screen somehow. There we go. Oh, down to 14,000. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done the RL flying videos. But yeah, if Corona hadn't have happened, you'd have most likely had flying videos going over to France and stuff. That was the plan. Oh, it's getting dark. The actual airfield that we want to go to is over there somewhere. I reckon it's not going to be lit. I 100% think it's not going to be lit. Well, yeah, technically speaking, Biggie Footy. There's, you know, it's not quite as simple as that in real life. The letter of the law allows 30 minutes after sunset in England, or some other places treat it as 6 degrees. Basically, the sun has to be 6 degrees below the horizon. There's different ways of because there's like civil, what do they call it now? Civil twilight, aviation twilight. I'm trying to think of the phrases. But the real problem here is not so much what the law says, it's what's actually practical, because, you know, we're behind mountains. Mountains which are blocking ambient light getting over here. So this is really dark. Really dark. And the fact is, you probably wouldn't be able to see the runway. Astronomical twilight, that's the one. That's like 12 degrees, I think. So almost overhead at CSL. Keep that descent going down. Airfield was at 1,000 feet, was it? Yep, airfield's at 1,000 feet. So we'll probably get in for 3,000 and try and find the airfield. Holes in shoes, thank you for 45 months. I didn't see that, DPH. So the blue line there is where we're trying to go to. That's the heading to the airfield, which is over there somewhere. Currently 23 nautical away. So I think it's safe enough to head towards that now. So we'll put it onto nav mode.
Control airspace 8.5 miles ahead.
Yeah, this is going to be impossible to land, I think. We'll see how we get on. But without any lighting, I don't think it's going to happen.
Restricted area 100 feet below.
Oh, I'll find the ground. It's just will I find the airfield? I have no problems finding the ground. Well, we can try using the synthetic vision, but we'll see. What I'm going to try and do is basically get us on this. I put the VOR on the 3-4 radial to try and go inbound onto the 3-4 runway. But we're going to have a nasty crosswind coming in by the look of it into a runway that I can't see. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Control airspace 8 miles ahead.
Probably should give ourselves more time, to be honest. Given that we're still going to shave a lot of altitude. Don't see any runway approach lights flashing. It's amazing how quickly it's gone dark on the other side of these mountains. Right, we're coming up on 3,000 feet anyway. That's our target. Rolsey, welcome back. Yeah, we're going to have to try and use synthetic. As if that's going to work. Right, there's 3,000. I'm going to slow down now. So we're 12 nautical miles away, and it's on the left, basically. Okay, we're doing flap speed now. There's an NDB in front of the runway. Yeah, there's also a VOR right in the runway. The problem is the runway's not going to be lit. Okay, armed nav mode, try and capture this thing. 11 nautical away. How do you know it won't be lit? Well, I don't, put it this way, I don't see any approach lights. We definitely see them. So I'm assuming it won't be lit. Yeah, it went dark real fast. That sun went behind the mountains and it was like, dum. Ten nautical away. Aha! Runway's lit. Whew! Okay, we should be good. There is no ILS. There's literally no approaches for this airfield. None. Not RNAV, nothing. There's nothing in the chart. Even Navigraph doesn't though. Look, if you look at Navigraph just goes, yep, 0 approaches, 0 arrivals. There's nothing here. And yeah, it has a VOR, a DME, and an NDB, I think. It's just nuts. Right, it should start turning shortly. WTF, thank you for 49. I'm looking forward to getting my Honeycomb flight sim hardware if they ever release it.
Restricted area 700 feet below.
Okay, that looks like it's way off to me. How does that even work? Is that a completely different airfield? It's like a 3-4 heading. It's really odd. If in doubt, fly it yourself. I don't think we need to fly over it. Looks okay to me. I think we're landing on a tarmac. It's got a proper apron and stuff, I think. Yeah, we've got runway lights, that's the main thing. I think they've got abbreviated PAPI lights. Nightlanders are so much fun. Reminds me of Spectrum days, just like dot matrix runways. Can't see a thing. No idea where we're going. Somebody put the lights on the apron, please, because honestly, I can't see a thing. Right, it's parking brake on. See if we can figure out where we're going. I think it's down here according to Sky Demon. I'm going to use that as my guide. That was a fun little approach. Oh, that's sharp turn. Oh, there's a dude here. Wait, you want me over here? Why can I not even see this guy? Alrighty then. We made it in one piece. I'm amazed. Can't see a thing. Hey, you enjoyed that approach? That was quite fun, that. That descent, though, over the mountain was just nuts. There you go. That brought in some dollar. Yeah, but without any, like, arrival or approach plates at all, we had to just figure out our own way down into that valley because there were just steep mountains on one side, and then on the other side of the valley was like 12,000 foot as well. It's completely crazy. Wow. Airborne, airborne, airborne. Airborne. What the heck is this? U-90. Look, you see, this is what happens. People fly the plane and then they just leave it in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to rent that and fly it somewhere. Is that 161? I'm just going to nick that plane for a bit and get it out of this stupid location that it's in. Right, let's respawn the plane. MP. So what I'll probably do is, actually, did somebody post a, somebody was going to post a Canadian run for me to look at. Wait, what was that? Flight was repositioned. You what, mate? Yeah, I need to figure out a routing for tomorrow. What did Vrome do with the link? Because, like, he didn't post it anymore. Hannah, Tom, do you know if Vrome posted that link anywhere? Oh, there it is. Let's see. So this is what he posted. It's part of the walls there. Okay. That's nowhere near long enough. Actually, some of these legs are quite big. 60 miles takes a while. That's a good 40-minute run in a Cessna. I'll have a look around here. See if I can figure something out. I like the area that where he's gone for. I just don't think that routing's going to work. But I can soon figure something else out. It says 3 hours 20 ETE. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Neo, is a 60-mile run will take the Cessna planes like 40 minutes. It's kind of better to try and... About 40 nautical miles tends to be about the right length if you can get it. So you kind of want to find hops where you can split up the long legs a little bit if you can. I think further west look like I might be able to pick up some shorter hops. Like the smallest I would go for is about 25 25 nautical or 20, something like that. And the longest I want to do is about 40. If you go over on one, that's fine. But if you've got like a couple of 60 nautical mile legs, you're talking over an hour and a half just flying those 2 legs. Right, so how are we going to get this plane out of this mess then? Could fly there and grab some, I guess. How far away was that? That was 72. It's just not a great airfield, this. U-98. Let's find out if U-98's in the game. Aircraft distance bonus $800. Wait, what's U-98 anyway? Hmm. Yeah, okay, that's not right. I was looking at it going, what? This has been flown quite away from home, hasn't it?
Nutter.
Or was it being brought from somewhere? I can't remember. Chunky Waffle, thank you very much. So there's Idaho City right there. Surely Boise. I just fly to Boise and pick up a job. There's bound to be stuff in Boise. Not as much as I'd like. There's Ontario. It's not like Ontario, then you fly southeast. That's not ideal. It's not great up here, is it? CIA passenger. Wow, that goes from to it goes from KMYL to U-98. This is how we got here in the first place, I reckon. That guy took some CIA passengers. Cuddy Meadows Ranch Vacation. What?